jam together, and I mean, what pulls them together? Yeah, or so, okay. Yeah, that was almost like that was a core question on my end. In music, I like to start from the space level when talking about just what we do as musicians. Music is defined in the dictionary as organized sound, right? And there are three elements that go into organizing the sound. There's melody, there's harmony, and then there's rhythm. I like to think that rhythm is king. Did you guys see that amazing percussion performance like 2 days ago? Like, we don't need pitch sometimes. Like, it's just, that's what we jam to. That's when people are starting to tap their feet to how you play, right? And gypsy musicians or any bands, like, I love watching jazz bands jam together. They're creating their own sense of pulse, right? You guys don't have a conductor here. I mean, the way you're playing right now, this is obviously meant to be performed with the full orchestra, with the conductor, and the assistants as well. But the way you, like, in this iteration, you guys are playing chamber music, yeah? So there needs to be a little bit more communication. In fact, when I play concertos, I don't kind of like just play and ask the conductor to kind of take care of everything. It's just a lot more fun when there's like communication and like then spontaneity can happen, timing and everything. So right from the beginning, I mean, of course, like the opening is different. Where is this? crescendo is fantastic. We'll go back to this. Why don't we go from just word with violin can be often a very athletic instrument, and I mean, I love it for it. It's super fun. But sometimes when we see chords, or 16th notes, arpeggios, I don't know about you, but most violinists, we think, okay, here we go. Time to do it like triple axel or something. But the whole content of this entire movement is these are 16th notes and rhyming passages, right? So, you know, when we present to an audience a piece of music, just like watching a TV show or, you know, reading a book, we want to show the different contrasts that go through during the duration of the work to really hold an audience engaged, right? And of course, there are these big sections, but even within these like sort of big chunks of 16th notes that we can clearly see on the page, we want to offer more shaping, contour, and dynamics and color. So one thing that I've noticed is that, of course, we have like the balance point, right? But the entire paragraph here, I found you were kind of in this part of the book. I would love for you to show us, maybe if you just do this all in legato, how you would play it in terms of going up with the line, coming down with the line, and explore the bow. Okay? Not in one part. So try that tempo. 1, 2, 1, 2. Higher now. Good. Okay. Excellent. Already better. Now I'll make it even clearer. So with our bow, we have, this is usually where the bow bounces quite nicely. But where's the place we have the most power? The frog, right? Inherent weight, hands right here. Like when we're brushing our teeth, our toothbrush isn't this long for a reason. You know? Right here we have a lot of control, right? So when you go up with the contour, sorry, I haven't played this in like 15 years, so I wouldn't need to play it, but like let's say it. Right? Try varying like that. When you get stronger, try zigzagging a little bit closer to the frog, and when it gets weaker, go back to the, try that. It'll make the shape a lot clearer to them. Yes, just about that tempo, yeah. Right. Go from here, look at the music actually, and just follow it like a roller coaster. Go. Great. A little more three-dimensional, yeah? And then also, Another tool we have at our disposal is to use more bow, right? Right? Full bow. It doesn't, like, you don't have to always abide by, I need to get this staccato sound in this movement. Okay? So, basically what I'm getting at is that when you're practicing a fast movement, and this would apply for every instrumentalist here, treat it like a slow movement when you're practicing it. Play it slowly, and imagine how you would phrase it if it were, like if this were not fun gypsy music, but more like a gypsy song. Whatever, right? To really exaggerate the shapes so that when you play quickly, they'll understand all the different slopes that we're going through. Okay? Now let's jump to another section. So right here, ya, 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 ya. So this is a case in point where I want you to feel free. Like it's almost improvisatory, right? Gypsies are always improvising. You have to play it in a way with all the timings that's super playful. Jigen time. They're tongue in cheek, sorry. Yeah? So communicate with it. It can be with a twitch of an eyebrow, or it can be with movement, but really play with timing, make chamber music here. Okay? Gypsy band. Timing. Almost look at each other the whole time. And psych each other out. And I know that you're, I'm not ready here, but like, just think of a dual partner. Okay. And that you should also influence your timing. So another thing I love to talk about with music, some students may have heard this from me already and be like, oh gosh, he's doing that again. But I believe it so strongly, is that, we're all very privileged to understand like the language of music and to study it and to communicate and express through it. And I like to think of it as like a language that imagine that we live in a world where language never existed, right? Then what are we left with to communicate to each other? Music, but also think even more just primal. Yes, there's body language. There's tone of voice, right? It could be like, or it could be like, right? And then there's inflection. I may go, right? All of those are present in music, other than like body language, facial expressions, the primal stuff. You still have at your disposal when you're playing music, and that's when those are ways in which you communicate to each other while you are playing through your tone of voice and inflections in music. So when I was encouraging you to move a little bit more, it's not not just to be like this like moving musician, like captured on film, but is like we can communicate a lot. You can, like when you're moving your pulse for violence, so the scroll moving is an effective way of showing what pulse we're feeling. And if you want to move forward, then you can show that as well, right? By doing so. So like that was really, really nice. And I don't think we really talk about it much more, but right here, I just wanted to talk about the marking appassionato and molto appassionato. These composers are giving us clues into how we can like really bring the piece to life, right? So appassionato is obviously passion, and then molto appassionato. Very, yeah. And I think it should get a little faster and faster because like when one is passionate about something, you know one is a little fast, right? So like, yeah. So can we go from let's see. So convey that, okay, to communication. I loved it. But how is he supposed to know? Right? So that's when you. Yeah? Yes. Show with the scroll. And just make eye contact. Yeah? Just one more time. And then we'll wrap it up. Excellent. That was really good. Really great. Both moving together, both with the same temperament as well. Okay? So even if you're playing concerto movement for me today, just get used to